harvester is almost full, which does mean I can probably empty it directly into the truck since it's made it almost all the way around the field, which is quite impressive. Now, once it's full and emptied, or filled and emptied, need to make a check on the air conditioning. Take a quick break from the keyboard. I will be right back. Oop. Stop. Go. I didn't look. These are silage, aren't they? Yes. Big silage bales. We have changed some of our equipment on the farm. So I sold the the John Deere baler wrapper, and I got a big Krone round baler, which does different sizes of bales, but not that one. Okay. Oh, I don't like turning the helper off, but okay. It is what it is. The reason I'm doing this here is because the truck's right there, so it's just easier to take the harvester over there than it is to bring the cart round and empty into the cart. So yes, we can now do all the sizes of round bales. What other things have we bought recently? It's like I'm not all out to buy. So we had that. That's a subsoiler. We've still got those. We've still got that. We bought the Farmall 120, which is a nice little tractor. The frame's not as heavy as the little John Deere that we had, which does mean we can only pick up one bale at a time. We got the big case still. I bought the auger cart, so it's easier to unload the harvester. Feed wagon, that. Haven't used that bucket yet. I bought a wrapper, so we can now do wrapping contracts. Those we still have, still got that. Bought that this morning because it was on sale. We've still got the 8R. Headers, weights. Yes, 7. So this is the previously owned round baler, which is nice. Bought a washer. So we now have 3 washers available. 2 are over in the town, so never use those. That's a thing. Got a milk tank. That is a weeder. Actually, it's a the other thing that's not a weeder. A hoe. After the stream's done, yes. I don't do Discord during streams. Okay, hopefully this will just pick up from where it left off. Yes, good. And different worker. So I'm going to leave this watching this. I've got to take a quick break from the keyboard. I will be back in a moment. Okay, I'm back. So, yeah, nothing wrong with the AC. It's just that we're in the AC ranges settings, so the AC's not running today. So it just feels a little bit warm here. I think it's probably just sitting next to a bunch of computers that are churning out a ton of heat. So, good time to open the window and let some cooler air in. Ooh, stop. So, we're coming up to a year since the what was it we had installed? The basement flood mitigation system was installed. So, oh, that's 24. C. Should just stay down. Okay. So I think I need to go and sell these in the place that buys the stuff. Bale sell point, that one there, tag it. So silage, not the best price. Actually, there is so little variation in silage pricing. Don't care, we'll sell it anytime we can. Worker I is blocked by an object. Well, that's unfortunate. What is worker I do? Oh, okay. How's about I back this thing off? That should be good. Okay, let's get to the town, get these sold, and come back for some more. How's the harvester sitting? Harvester is at 42%, so that's fine. So yeah, the condition of the temperature in here it's really a case of how it feels when you're sitting. I have the AC on a timer, so that early in the morning during winter, it pumps out. The range of temperature is 2 degrees higher than it is for nighttime. So that it starts pumping out warmer air about 6 o'clock, so that when you wake up, it feels nice, although really the temperature is approximately what you like it to be. And then when I didn't work from home, I used to have the AC set to sort of 76, 78 degrees, so the house would warm up. But I would then have it cool from about 4 o'clock, so that when you walk into the house an hour later, it's blowing cool air, so it feels cooler than it really is. So it's sort of, it's how it feels rather than how it is. If the AC is blowing cold air and you walk in from an 84 degree to a 76 degree, that cool air is actually 72. So it feels, it's so nice to walk in to the cool air from an 84 degree outside, but it's really not that much cooler inside. It's just, it's just cooling enough that you think it's colder than it really is. And the same is true of heating. If you can run your house at 60 degrees, if it's 50 degrees outside, it's blowing warm air. So the warm air makes you feel like it's warmer than it actually is. Okay. 100 feet just across the railroad tracks is where we go. my luck, the railroad tracks are going to start flashing at me. Hey, train. And off we go. Let's go. Hello. Open sesame. Thank you. How's the harvester? 56%. So sunflowers, not, again, they're not a huge yield. Sunflowers, soybeans, and the other one, canola, are low volume. How do I do this? Yes. A low volume, high value crops. So low volume means you don't have to come back too often. Alrighty, that I think is all done. See, 29,000. Well, the 11% environmental bonus is a good thing. And now that's lifted up, so I won't clobber anyone over the head with it. Okay, so fewer trips because the bales are bigger, and more payout because the bales are bigger. This is a good result from our silage. And yeah, we've got as many silage bales as we have hay, and twice as many of both of those as we have straw. So I've got about 30 mixers full of food for the cows. And they take about 1.5, maybe 2 a month. No, not even 2 a month. They take about 1.5. So I've got about 30 months of cow food at the farm, which is good. Means we can make a ton of money selling silage. Now, you know, again, this isn't supposed to be a silage selling farm. Hope you enjoy it. It's with games like this, they can be educational. You know, obviously there's, for want of a better term, the rules of the game. What do you do to make the goal of the game is to make money, to make a profitable farm, and you can do that in a week's worth of play and see how well you did, or you can play long term like I am here. But there are rules of, you know, you plant the crop, you harvest the crop, you need certain tools to plant, you need certain tools to harvest, and then you sell the crop at the best time. And so long as you're making money, more money selling the crop than you did buying the seeds to plant the crop, then you're winning. But it's then more a case of how winning are you doing? Are you making a huge profit, a small profit? Can you expand the farm? So like we did last year, we bought 3 new fields for the farm. They're not particularly big, but by buying more fields, it makes it go faster. Buying new equipment does not make it go faster. Buying new equipment doesn't earn you more money. It just earns you money, the same amount of money quicker. So your best bet is always, when you have the opportunity, buy land. Because land always makes more money. Sometimes you have to buy equipment to harvest what you've put in the fields, but plan ahead. But that's the challenge of the game. However, there's also Mr. Still going, that's fine. How does farming work in real life? I've spent a lot more time watching real life farmers on YouTube doing their farming and learning about the crops and learning about the animals and learning about fertilizing and all the rest of it. where crops grow. Yes, I could plant sugarcane on this farm. Sugarcane wouldn't grow in Missouri, but it will grow on, in Farming Simulator, in a map that is supposed to be Missouri. So you can be unrealistic about it, but by doing research, you can find, you can learn different things. For example, Missouri, I got it written down here. You can grow the rice, you can grow soybeans, cotton, corn, wheat, and sorghum are common crops in Missouri. Barley, not so much. Now, when I play a Scottish map, barley is very common because they make alcoholic beverages which use barley. Cameo, good morning and welcome to Saturday. So it can be educational, and I remember back when I was 10, 11, 12, we went for a trip to a dairy farm and saw cows, and it was all very interesting. But I have learned that different farmers do different things with their cows. Two YouTube examples. This farm wife, Farmer Bernard, he does beef cattle, and he breeds his cattle once a year. So they are now about to have lots of cow babies, because this is the time of year that the cows have their babies, and then in spring they put the bull in with the cows. Tom Pemberton, who is in the UK, has a dairy farm. And so he's actually breeding his cows year round. You generally, cow has a baby, you can then milk the cow. Usually the first load of milk from the cow is fed straight to the baby because it needs the stuff. It's not bacteria. They need the nutrients from the mother's milk to bump start their immune systems. So I should probably empty the harvester. Where are we? We are over here. The truck is over there. The tractor is over there. That's good. Let's use the tractor. So the first load of milk from the cow is fed straight to the calf so that it gets its nutrients. Workable relic, good morning, welcome to Saturday stream. But then after that, the cow is then milked for approximately 12 months, I think. And then it's given 3 months off, and then it's introduced to the bull so it can have another baby, and that's about 9 months. So the cow has about a year off, and a year milking, a year off milking. But that breeding period is any time, 3 months after the cow, basically 27 months after the cow last had a calf, it's back out with the bull to make a new calf, because his goal is to produce milk, not to produce babies. The babies are a nice side effect which he can then sell for beef or use in his farm shop. So you can do cows both ways. You can breed them through the year, or you can breed them at specific times depending on what's the goal of your farm. Why are you breeding cows? What am I doing? I am taking this to the store again. And then we've got, I think there's only about 2 bales left on the field. So I might keep those at the farm because it's not worth driving all that way just to sell 2 bales. Unfortunately, I can't do any other things. This is the only tractor hauled thing I have at the moment. That said, I have thought about buying a half pipe. Just because it can carry heavier stuff. I thought I downloaded a semi-trailer mod that was a half pipe. So for hard trailers, basically something that looked like that. So it's a solid steel half pipe, and those tend to have a very good weight capacity. 6 tons. This is 6 tons. It can carry 10 more tons inside it. 12,000 litres. You go to something like this. This is 4.6 tons, can carry 9 tons of weight, 18,000 litres. Well, that means each litre has to be maximum half a tonne. If we go back to this one, that's 10 tons, 12. It's about 0.8 of a tonne per litre, per 1,000 litres. So you're not wasting space in the truck. You can carry rocks in a half pipe. You can't carry much in the way of rocks in a regular grain cart. So it's sort of balancing the volume and weight. So I was thinking about getting a half. Obviously, I can't do that because I've got the bale pickup trailer thing. Still, how's our sunflowers are 29%, so that's good. Once we've got the bales off the field, I will get in our little case tractor. We'll run the fertilizer spreader over the grass, get some boosted yield there. Then we'll go and see how the sunflower are doing. We're already up to 23% done. And as we know, I mean, I unloaded the harvester once into the truck. We've unloaded the harvester into the auger cart once. So we've got 3 more tanks in the harvester before the truck's anywhere near full. And 25%. I suppose, yeah, it's going to be more than a truckload that we're going to have to bring down here. Once the truck's full, we can eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Gotcha. So that's good. Doing okay. And we're back at normal schedule. Well, as normal as things get around here. What does that say? Oh, fireman's. Sure,